The planet man. This is the fascinating story of DANTRO, the Planet Man, troubleshooter for the League of Planets organization, the law enforcement body for peace and justice in the celestial world, whose headquarters and center of operations are situated on the capital of all the planets, Planaria Rex. From Mercury to Pluto, wherever danger threatens the universe, you will find DANTRO, the Planet Man, fighting for fair play. When we left the crew of Earth's first rocket expedition, they were headed for a crash on the moon. We find Dr. Darrow, his daughter Pat, SLATS the engineer, and our young stowaway, Billy, discussing their dangerous predicament. The sound of the complicated control mechanism makes the control room seem like a chatterbox of confusion, and from the outside can be heard the mad whining of the lunar currents. We find them now as they're getting closer and closer to the moon's surface.
Our altimeter, altimeter, reading is dropping pretty fast, Professor.
Isn't there any way we can break our fall on the moon?
I've thought of everything, Pat, but there doesn't seem to be any answer. The extra power we lost on takeoff was our only hope.
Father, I know you don't like to do things second best. But in a situation like this, it might be necessary.
What do you mean, Pat?
Well, what about using our remaining power to go into an orbit around the moon, as we discussed in our original plan?
Yes, but what good would it do? We'd still come out to the same end, except that the agony would be prolonged.
Let's do it, Professor. We've got nothing to lose.
Whatever it is, I'm game, Uncle John.
I guess you didn't think of everything, did you, Father?
You know what they say, Professor? Where there's life, there's hope.
Well, actually, no, I've never heard anybody say that, but it would be a ticklish maneuver now, since we've gotten into the pole of the moon and our power is limited. But if the rest of you are game, so am I. Stand by to maneuver, Pat. Start the reactor.
Yes, Father.
SLATS, check the radar range finder and make sure that you pinpoint those readings to the moon.
Well, yes, sir.
All pilot. Now keep your fingers crossed, everybody. Heading 10 degrees starboard.
Heading 10 degrees starboard.
All right, now cut the reactor, Pat.
Cutting the reactor.
What's our reading?
It's 63.3. We need a bit more, Professor.
Oh, and hit it again, Pat.
Reactor on.
Are we picking it up fast enough, SLATS? SLATS, what's the reading?
Not enough, Professor. We need a fraction more.
Are you sure, SLATS? I've got our heading way over, and our power can't last much longer with such a radical course heading. SLATS, give me a reading. SLATS, give me a reading. SLATS, do you hear me? Give me a reading.
Sorry, I fell asleep while you were talking. It's 89.4. 6 more points, Professor.
That's the end of our power. I hope we make it.
Steady. Just a bit more, old Ironsides. There. Well, we made it. We made it, Professor.
Good.
Oh, we made it.
We already established that, Billy.
Oh, so wonderful. I'm so happy that we managed to do that.
Hey, wait. What are we all so happy about? Now we're just right in the middle of nowhere.
You mean that we're not going to land on the moon after all?
I'm afraid not, Billy.
Then what's going to happen?
Nothing, Billy. We're just going to circle the moon the way the moon circles the Earth.
Just look at that view. Wow, it's a great looking moon. What a break. So near and yet so far.
Uncle John! Uncle John!
Please, Billy, call me Uncle Professor. What is it?
Something is happening to the air. It's getting stuffy in here.
Oh, I know, Billy. It's the air circulator slowing down. Breathing will just get a bit difficult from now on, since our oxygen supply is limited. Maybe you should try, I don't know, maybe not talking so much.
Professor? Professor, can you hear me?
SLATS, where are you? What are you up to?
Well, I'm outside the ship, bringing up the lunar communication generator. Thought we might as well set it up and try to make contact with Earth.
Oh, well, you can't do that alone.
Oh, I'm here too.
Careful, Pat. Don't let go now, okay? Pat, SLATS, grab her. She's floating away.
What? I can't hear you. I'm watching Pat float away.
What? Quick, SLATS, grab her.
SLATS, help me! Help me!
Pat, here! Grab my hand! Go quick now! Hold tight now. Easy. There we are. There we are. Steady now.
Pat, SLATS, is everything all right?
Yes, Father. Thanks to SLATS. I thought I was a goner.
Don't forget, you're out in space, Pat. And, Pat, if you ever drifted away, we'd never be able to get you back.
It's all okay, Professor. We're coming in now.
Pat,
Yes, Billy?
I know what's going on.
What are you talking about?
Pat, we know this whole trip was spoiled because I stowed aboard. It's all my fault.
Now listen to me. Stop feeling guilty. It wasn't the best idea for you to sneak aboard, but it did happen. Sure, we probably burned up extra fuel because of your added weight, and now we can't get back to Earth because of that, but don't feel guilty. And besides, we could have been wrong in our calculations. It's not likely because we are trained scientists that have been working the numbers for years for this expedition, but it could happen. The important thing now is for all of us to face up to whatever lies ahead. And I know that you won't let me down. Again.
Never, Pat.
All right. Now, let's just forget the whole thing and, well, I wonder what Silas and SLATS and Father are up to.
Well, it looks like the first trip from Earth to the moon is coming to its tragic end. The good ship Constitution is in a hopeless orbit around the moon. The entire crew is slowly suffocating because the oxygen supply is coming to an end. Professor DARROW and SLATS are in the posterior cargo chamber. SLATS is apparently up to something.
Why don't you go into the control cabin, Professor, and lie down for a while? It'll be easier for you to breathe.
I think I'd better stay here. I hate to have Pat and the kids see me so worried and worn out. SLATS, you've got something on your mind? Just say it. What is it?
Well, I've been thinking, Professor. I really haven't got anybody. Nobody would miss me, and you and Pat and the kid would have a little extra time.
Now, what are you driving at?
Well, you know, a big guy like me, he uses up a lot of oxygen. All I have to do is step through that port and it'll all be over in seconds. You people would have a little longer.
Now, don't be a fool, SLATS. We're all in this together. Besides, if anybody goes through that port, it would be me. I'm the oldest. And besides, The whole thing is my responsibility.
Now look, Professor, I've made up my mind. There's no point in trying to stop me.
No, Slats. Don't go. Don't
Don't stop
jump.
me, Professor. I'll hit you.
What? Hey. Whoa. Ow.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, Professor. I don't know my own strength, but this is the way it's got to be. So long, Professor. What's that?
What's going on in there?
Pat?
What's that clanging?
We're not clanging anything. I thought it was you.
Slats, Father, look, out of the port, quick!
Boy, look at that!
Professor, get up. Something's happening.
Hey, you hit me.
Oh, never mind that. There's something next to the ship.
What? Oh, my head. The ship? Here. Help me up. Let me see what's up there.
Well, what is it?
It's impossible. Why, it looks like another ship is next to ours.
Let me help you, Professor. We must get to the control cabin with the others.
Father, Slats, what is it?
I don't know. But we better stay close together. Slats, where are you going?
Well, just to get this fission wrench. I don't know what's coming through that hatch, but I don't want to take any chances.
Oh, well, be careful and don't get too close to the hatch.
Let's all be very quiet. Now I said quiet. Quiet.
Oh, Uncle Professor, look!
Stand back. Whatever you are, I'll...
Look, it's Slats! He can't move! He's frozen in his tracks!
Oh, Slats!
Why, it's a man!
What did you expect? A three-headed Mercurian man-eater? I'm a man. From the planets.
A planet man! Boy, wait until the gang hears about this!
Billy, please.
My name is DANTRO, the Planet Man, and I come in peace. I represent the League of Planets, and my mission is to bring you all to Planaria Rex.
You come in peace, yet you froze our friend into a popsicle.
A slatsicle.
Planaria Rex. What is a League of Planets?
Where is that?
I'll explain in a moment, but I don't think we should leave your brave friend Slats here in this paralyzed predicament. I'll snap him out of it with a shot of my ray gun neutralizer.
Whoa, what happened? Hey, did I get him?
It's all right, Slats. We're all safe. It seems that we've met a friend, and his name is DANTRO, the Planet Man.
It's nice to meet a brave man like you, Slats. Here, let me help you up.
DANTRO, my name is John DARROW. This is my daughter and assistant, Pat.
How do you do?
And hey, I think you've already met Slats.
Yeah.
And this is Billy, my nephew.
Well, hi.
It's a pleasure to know all of you. You see, we've really known you for a long time, since we've been able to watch your experiments. In fact, we've been in touch with this entire trip of yours. We've learned to speak your language.
But how could you do all that?
We planet men have many devices which Earth has not yet discovered. One of them, the cosmic communicator, enables us to see and hear across millions of miles of space.
Wow, intergalactic eavesdropping.
But why have you kept the existence of the League of Planets from the Earth?
Where is Planetaria or Planetaria or whatever Rex? And why haven't I been able to chart its position on the charts?
Everything will be explained in due time.
Mr. Dandruff, what's that noise?
It's DANTRO, and it's coming from my ship. We must hurry along. It's the bogey warning oscillator telling us that there are some unidentified ships approaching.
We can't leave the Constitution.
Not old Ironsides.
Your ship will be safe in this orbit for about 1,000 years. Just lock the doors. We must not waste time.
Will I get a spacesuit like yours?
No.
Will you let me fly the ship?
I see your children are no different from ours. Annoying. There's our last warning. Quick, through the hatch into the ship. My ship, the Planeteer.
What adventures lie ahead for the Earth people? What will they find on Planaria Rex? Who came up with a silly name like Planaria Rex? Whose ships are those approaching the helpless Constitution? Find out in just a moment what happens to the Earth people as they speed toward a new world on Planaria Rex, rocket millions of light years into space with DANTRO. The planet man. At this moment, DANTRO the Planet Man and the crew of the Earth's first space expedition, whom DANTRO saved from certain death, are swiftly speeding toward Planaria Rex. They have just gotten out of the reach of some unidentified bogey spaceships. DANTRO's ship, the Planeteer, is the most breathtaking engineering feat the Earth people have ever seen. It's as large as a fortress, and an endless system of instruments and mechanisms in the control chamber give it the appearance of a fantastic flying laboratory.
With the use of the cosmic communicator, we've been able to watch the Earth for many years. This is how we all know about your experiments, Professor Darrow, and the moment you took off for the moon. Here, I'll tune in. It's a bit touchy. Here, I'll tune in on the launch site, and you can see and hear what they're saying about the expedition.
Wow. Look, Professor, it's Charlie and Dr. Sterling.
I can't believe they didn't make it, Professor. Darrow seemed so sure. The scaffolding fire just before launch must have caused some trouble. We just never figured on that. It's bad enough losing the three of them, but it looks like those two kids must have gone along with them. They were here one minute and gone the next. One of the workmen saw them near the rocket platform before the fire broke out.
I'm afraid I'll have to cut off the communicator now. You see, we have to keep it clear for incoming messages. What's this? Emergency garble signal. Let me hit that key. It'll decode the message.
Read me.
This is DANTRO. I'm reading.
DANTRO, this is Judge Augustus. Have you contacted the Earth people?
Yes, sir. They're aboard the Planeteer.
Good. Friends from Earth, forgive this hurried greeting. I'll welcome you personally when you arrive. DANTRO, get back as quickly as possible. There's trouble brewing.
What's wrong?
Marsden is up to some evil. Get back at once.
Yes, sir. Signing off. Brace yourselves. I've got to give her the works. Attention all hands. Jets alive. Jets alive.
DANTRO, how fast are we going?
About 5,000 miles per second.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's incredible.
Say, who is this fellow Marsden? He sure gets a lot of fast action.
Well, I guess I'd better explain a few things. You see, the League of Planets is made up of all of the inhabitants of the solar system. Mercury, Venus, Mars, and some of the moons of Saturn and Jupiter.
Mr. Dandruff, there's a red light blinking on the port panel. What does it mean?
Oh, thanks. Billy, now keep your hands to yourself. I must switch my auxiliary cooling coils. Without that, the skin of the ship would melt at this speed. A few more turns of this ship and you'll be able to pilot her, Billy.
Oh, I'd sure like that.
I was kidding, Billy. Anyway, the member planets of the League have been living in peace for many centuries until recently, when a new leader has taken over on Mars. His name is Marsden, and he's been plotting to conquer the rest of the solar system. So far, the League has kept him in check. However, I'm afraid that once his plans are known, war between the planets will be inevitable.
Why don't you punch him in the nose?
Now, Billy.
Okay, fine. How about you shoot him with your ray gun?
Billy, please.
It's all right, Pat. You see, we of the League of Planets are not permitted to resort to violence, except in self-defense, like when I froze SLATS here for just asking me to stand back when I entered your ship to identify myself. Let's not worry about Marsden now. He's not your problem. Well, we'll soon be on Planaria Rex.
DANTRO, the Planet Man, under urgent orders from Judge Augustus, is flying the Earth people to Planaria Rex at record speed. On the planet of the unknown, the mysterious planet Mars, certain plans are taking shape, which can only mean that Marsden, the dictator of Mars, is up to some foul play. As we look into the cold, foreboding secret meeting place of the Martian Council, we find Marsden, a giant, fierce, ruthless ruler, holding court with his council. Behind Marsden, you can hear a small, ugly, and weird creature, his Martian flying cobra, FEMA. It's Marsden's only means of protection, since this creature has the powers to warn Marsden of any impending danger. Marsden trusts no one, and FEMA is constantly with him. Listen.
Can I count on no one? Must I conquer the whole solar system alone? I must have speed. They must strike before the other planets suspect our plans. Before they know it, Marsden will rule the solar system.
When do we invade Earth?
As soon as our planets return with the crew of Earth's first rocket ship. They should have reached there by now. Once they are our prisoners, we can move. From their eminent Professor DARROW, we can learn much to help us conquer the Earth. Then, with the Earth's resources and their people as our prisoners, we can defy the League of Planets.
Marsden, we have just received word from our ships. They found the Earth ship.
Oh, good.
But the crew's gone. DANTRO must have reached them first, and it's believed they're on their way to Planaria Rex.
Huh? Oh, must everyone fail me? Have the ships return immediately. When they arrive, execute both of the commanders. FEMA, you are the only one who understands and protects me. And as for the rest of you, my trusted counsel, you will learn that when Marsden wants something done, it will be done.
But how could we keep them from reaching Planaria Rex?
Tara, my most brilliant and eminent scientist, what would you suggest? And I warn you, think well on your answer.
Marsden, we must not betray ourselves in open violence. results. Our astronomers have discovered a flight of asteroids in the vicinity of Planaria Rex. By using our new gravitational repellers, we can direct these asteroids into the path of DANTRO's ship.
Yes, but won't they be able to avoid them? You know only too well that Dantro's ship is equipped with deflectors.
It will be impossible for any deflectors to deal with so many asteroids at the speed at which they are traveling. They cannot change the course of their flight, and they are certain to crash.
Proceed with your plans. Do not fail. Remember that this moment we are trying to confuse the League of Planets Council into voting for our plan to, shall we say, peacefully contact the Earth. Our representative is ridiculing Judge Augustus's story of an Earth rocket ship because we were supposed to have destroyed the ship and captured its crew. We must not look like fools. And speaking of fools, you can all leave now.
Ooh. I got out of here.
That's terrible. Oh, boy, okay.
Dantro, you have beaten me again. I thought I might one day have the pleasure of running this radium dagger through you, but the asteroids will have to do the job for me.
As the representative of Mars, I say to this council, why do we wait any longer? I repeat to this council that there is no rocket ship from Earth in an orbit around the moon. There are no Earth people. I insist that we vote on the Mars resolution to permit the planet Mars to make peaceful contract with the Earth. We have agreed on the vote.
Members of the council, I request you wait. I personally contacted DANTRO, and I know he's on the way to Planaria Rex with the Earth people.
We've had too many words about DANTRO. Why isn't he here with proof? If we delay this vote any longer, then we will be defaulting on our agreement to vote, and this council will be causing great grievance to my planet, Mars. I demand a vote now.
Oh, I don't
Here,
know.
Oh,
Do
no,
we necessarily have to
I
push them all.
implore the
Seconded.
council to wait. Wait. DANTRO, please hurry.
Boy, what a way to travel. No need for those gravity shoes. I can't wait until we get this drive into the Constitution. Just wonderful for my corns.
Oh, I'm sure that the League of Planets has other things to do besides worry about your corns.
What a weird noise. Hurts my ears.
What is this? I can't understand it. We seem to be running into a field of asteroids that shouldn't even be in this area.
Won't your deflectors take care of that?
Well, the deflectors will take care of any ordinary obstructions, but there are hundreds of asteroids ahead. My latest report from Central Control shows them to be 3 million miles away. It's impossible, but they're here.
Is there any danger?
Can we go around them?
We're traveling so fast, it's impossible to change course that much. I'm slowing down. but I'm afraid we're going to hit them right smack in the center. All hands, secure ship, stand for possible collision.
Well, DANTRO the Planet Man and the Earth people seem to be in quite a spot. Tune in again for more thrills and adventures. Find out what happens to the Earth people as they speed toward a new world on Planaria Rex. Rocket millions of light years into space with DANTRO, the Planet Man. The Planet Man featured the voice talents of Joshua Knode, David Griffith, Deborah Griffith, Andy Knode, and myself, MaryBeth Knode. Thank you to Sean Layden for the special effects as well. Join us again next Thursday for another Stormy Night story.